We are the Liberty Intelligence Organization Network.
I am going to be your host here in broadcast number 2. You all can call me the captain because we're the Liberty Intelligence Organization Network ship right here, and I'm the captain at the helm. And we are sailing on out into a sea of darkness that is filled with sharks that are known as the New World Order. And some of those sharks have submarines, and some of them even have nuclear weapons. And in fact, all of them do. In fact, the whole New World Order has most of the stuff. And we got a little wooden sailing ship, and we're flying a Jolly Roger. Because you know, what else can we do? They told us that, you know, America's evil and that being liberty-loving is evil and all this stuff. So I decided to harken back to a true form of liberty. The biggest, the Caribbean pirate was really, you know, they were bad. A lot of them were, you know, they killed people, they raped people, they stole stuff. They were bad people. No lie about that. But the view they have of life, of being free of government control, of living freely on the sea, you know, the sea can provide them. Really, they didn't have to steal. They could have been provided by the sea, apart from the fact that most of them had no understanding of medicinal stuff, so a lot of them got a lot of nasty diseases because they tend to be very unethical people and uncleanly people. But nonetheless, we are a liberty-moving ship that flies the Jolly Roger and calls ourselves the Liberty Intelligence Organization Network. And that's why you can call me the captain. Sorry for this long, brief introduction to, you know, the Liberty Intelligence Organization Network. But sometimes I like to do that just to remind folks what we're all about here. So if you've been following us, I was talking about the Federal Reserve last time, and really the big bombshell news about the Federal Reserve is recently, really in September, I think September 12th, 2012, right after that Benghazi terrorist attack, well, actually they said it was just a regular uprising, then they said it was sparked by a video, and then they said no, it actually was terrorism. And then people are saying, wait a minute, why'd you say all that other stuff before when we all knew it was terrorism, but you were the only one in denial to the federal government? And they're like, well, and they just don't know how to respond now. So, you know, they're being caught in lies. And again, we as a people have to start getting upset about this. When our government is caught lying to us, we have to make it known that we do not appreciate this. We will not tolerate this any longer. But you know, do it in a nonviolent fashion. Do it with information. Inform your friends. Inform your family. Call your congressperson. Call the senator of your state. Call a representative in your state. Call a representative of another state. Say, I have family in your state. Blah blah blah. You know, like, get the politicians. The biggest people in denial of this are the people in power, and we need to inform them that they are making very drastic mistakes. So basically, I want to talk about quantitative easing 3, which is jokingly being called quantitative easing unlimited, because basically what it is the Federal Reserve is printing money continuously. They are just printing lots and lots of money. Let me do a time check. Yeah, they're just, you know, basically it's $40 million per month. And it's been announced that that devalues the dollar 4% a month, so you can do the math how long before the dollar is worth nothing. Also, in the side news, I'll try to find a link to this now that I thought about it. There was a meeting, a financial economic meeting of a bunch of Asian nations, and they all decided they will no longer accept the American dollar as a currency. They no longer will use it. They no longer accept it. So that's a big step right there. But basically what it is they print this money off and then they use this money to buy mortgage-backed securities. So basically if you have a mortgage for something, if you own the bank money, the federal government has bought the mortgages from the bank. So now you owe the government that money. And this is scary because at the same time they're doing all that, they're trying to create debt. They want us to not be able to pay for anything. All you people that have mortgages, for whatever you have a mortgage on, you have to make payments for that mortgage. But if they put you into debt, you can't make those payments because you're busy trying to pay off any sort of debt you have to something else. And again, you're already in debt with your mortgage. That's the point of the mortgage, is to pay it off. And now, instead of a bank, a private bank owning it, now the federal government owns it through their private banking cartel organization, the Federal Reserve. So now that the Fed owns all mortgages, what do you think is going to happen when they devalue the dollar to nothing? They're going to come and claim, they're going to repossess that mortgage. They're going to claim the land. And this is clever tactics. This will give the government absolute ownership of all land. They will own everything. And that's the goal. That is the goal, so that you cannot own something individually and be a threat to them, to the elite. You will then, and of course, you don't own your own land. You have no means of providing for yourself. You have to work for them in order for them to provide you with a house and to provide you with food. Well, folks, there's a term for something like this. It's called slavery. And they're basically creating debt. First of all, I got to talk about college kids. Again, I am a college kid. Luckily, I had parents who thought ahead and saved money and put me through college, so I didn't have to go into debt to go to college. Thank God, because I can't find any work now that I'm out of college. Imagine if I had a student loan. Again, I know a lot of friends who have student loans. I feel very sorry for you. I don't know how you're ever going to pay those off. The goal was to get you into debt, and eventually most of you will either go into unemployment or go into welfare and go into food stamps, or all of the above. And again, we all might do that. Even the most financially successful people in the community may not be able to stave this off. So all I can hope is we stop it before it gets to that point, just through our intelligence, through our liberty movement. And again, the way they're getting everybody else in this, aside from college kids, is through Obamacare. Through Obamacare, through taxes, and through fines. And again, Obamacare forces you to have to buy health insurance. So even if you can't afford it, you have to buy it. And if you don't buy it, they fine you. So one way or another, you're paying for something. And at the same time, they want to increase taxes. They actually want to create new taxes, like a national sales tax. They want to bring in really a global carbon tax that will go to the UN, so they say. And, I had to go after Obama a little bit here, and I really hate trying to attack the puppets, even though the puppets do need to be attacked. They're just puppets. This isn't like Obama's behind all this. He is a puppet of the puppet masters, and that's who I call the leaders of the New World Order. A lot of people like to call them Illuminati. I call them the puppet masters. And just a few names: J.P. Morgan Chase, the guys that run that, they're puppet masters. The Rockefeller Foundation, they're puppet masters. The Rothschild Group, they're puppet masters. Again, that's who runs the New World Order. Those are the people we are against. Those are the people we are trying to expose. Sorry, I just ate lunch, so I had a little belch there. I tried to hide it. I was guessing here. Gross. Ew, yucky. Ew, yucky, you're burping. That should be illegal. You just spit out carbon dioxide, and now you destroyed the ozone layer with your burp. How dare you? You need to pay $1 billion carbon tax. That's what a zombie would say. And the New World Order guy would just say, "You're a filthy scum, I can't believe you just burped," and then they would belch in my face, and then they would say, "Give me money for belching," and I would say, "But you just belched," and they would say, "I'm allowed to belch, I'm the elite, you're a slave, give me your money, slave." So there I gave you some satirical impersonation. That was a bad New World Order impersonation. Usually when I impersonate the New World Order, I do it like this, and pretend I'm fancy schmancy, and act like Mr. Smithers. I will nuclear power plant. You can't have power without me. But again, just sometimes I like to do some dark humor. It's really dark, satirical, political satire. It's disturbing. But thanks again for joining me. This is going to end the segment on the Federal Reserve. It was a two-part segment. I want to thank people for joining in, and I want to encourage people to start looking into this stuff. And if you're really interested, to start looking into Alex Jones and Infowars.com and some of the great work they do and some of the stuff they link to. And again, if you just want great news, not related to the New World Order, but just great in general, don't go to the local news on the TV, don't go to CNN, don't go to Fox News, go to the Drudge Report. He will direct you towards the best stuff, just for regular, everyday news. So that being said, thanks for joining in again. Stay safe, stay strong, stay free. Stay informed.